The legendary Yamaha R1, a ferocious track monster made by a company that knows how to create spectacular machines, as well as some of the world's finest pianos. Interesting. This is a DA Garage motorcycle review, and we're going over this gorgeous racetrack shredding machine, the Yamaha YZF R1. Yamaha is always honing their craft, improving, making adjustments and tweaks to stay ahead of the competition, and the current R1 is no exception. But how did we get here? Taking it back to 1998, the same year as my Prism. The Yamaha R1 was brought out onto the market, and it was a hot commodity straight from the beginning. This fiery beast was untamed, but people loved its wild spirit. This two-wheeled machine ate up and spit out the competition. Yamaha sent all the others back to the drawing board with their new R1. Over 25 years later, the current R1 still has the same winning spirit and ferocity as the original. This bike is both brutally quick and fast, with a 0 to 60 mph time of 2.9 seconds, running the quarter in 10 seconds flat at 147 mph. This monster has a limited top speed of 186 mph, though if that limiter was removed, this bike will do over 200 mph. This is the most powerful YZF R1 to date. Yes, it's insanely fast, but this bike was made to especially shine on the track. This is arguably the closest thing to a MotoGP bike on the road, along with the Ducati Panigale V4 and Aprilia RS-V4. While fast and powerful, it should be noted that with this engine's short-stroke design, it is a bit lethargic below 7,000 RPM compared to its rivals. 9,000 RPM all the way up to redline is where it shines. From 9,000 RPM and on, this bike has a pretty flat torque curve, meaning if you keep it within that range, you'll be a rocket on the track. More good news is that this engine's underwhelming power below 7,000 RPM can be mostly remedied with a proper full exhaust and ECU flash or dyno tune, as well as the elimination of the servo motor that opens up one of the exhaust valves as revs rise. Let's take a look at the technical specifications. I made a rating scale for the R1, so if you're looking at possibly owning one, you can take this data and make a proper judgment if this bike fits your needs and desires. This may sound strange, but not everyone wants a fast bike.
What?
You're watching a video about a track monster though, so it's safe to assume you fully intend on going fast. In the speed department, it gets a high 8. You'll smoke almost all four-wheeled vehicles, both in acceleration and top speed. Even with other motorcycles, there's only a few that are quicker and faster. Handling is heavily dependent on the rider's skill, but the R1 was made closely tied to MotoGP, so it has loads of potential. Given a skilled rider, this Yamaha gets an almost perfect 9. The only reason it falls short of a 10 is the brakes. It's been said that the brakes are atrocious, and I've even seen that for myself. Go with some proper Brembos, and this is a top-tier track machine. Styling is subjective, however it seems that most people agree this is a cool-looking bike. Just in appearance it looks like it'll eat up the racetrack. It's aggressive, sharp, and futuristic, without being out of proportion or overly exaggerated. I give it an 8. It's a good-looking bike. Comfort. You already knew this wasn't going to score high, and if you didn't know, you're about to find out. It's a race bike made for the street. Comfort wasn't a priority. Great for racing, not for sitting and cruising. It gets a 3. This beast is thirsty, and feed it often you must. With a fuel capacity of only 4.5 gallons and MPGs around 30 to 33, you find yourself at the pump often. For fuel economy, the R1 gets a measly 3. This one might be a little controversial for the R1 diehards, but in the daily use category, it ranks low. Sure, you can get used to operating a track-focused machine daily, but still that doesn't mean it's actually a good daily. The YZF R1 is a spectacular track bike as its intended purpose. Though you can get used to it as a daily, it's just not a good one. It gets a 4. Yamaha is known for making quality machines of all sorts. The R1 is well made and solid. With proper riding and maintenance, this bike should remain problem-free and stay strong for a long time. For reliability, the R1 gets an 8. Now, for the overall value of the R1. A 23 model like this one starts at $70,999 USD. To get value out of this bike, you'll have to be seriously interested in speed and track use. Assuming that you are, then I believe the Yamaha R1 gets a 10 for value. I've decided that because for its price and purpose, it delivers precisely what's asked of it. In the world of top performance race bikes, the R1 can be found among the top. This bike is truly an impressive machine. Kerwin here has taken it a step further. Let's see why.
Since I was a child, I've always loved motorcycle racing. I used to watch professional motorcycle racing on TV, and I used to play video games about professional motorcycle racing. Whenever I would see a motorcycle outside, it would just get this fire awoken in my soul, and I just loved it. But it wasn't just riding a motorcycle on the street or doing wheelies. What it got to me was the art of riding a motorcycle, the skill required to ride a motorcycle, and a motorcycle that is uncompromised and is perfect for what I wanted, what I needed, was this R1. It's perfect. It's a racing machine, and now I go to the track and it's just perfect. It's one with me. It's something. It's a passion that this video will never even do it justice.
So how does this R1 make you feel?
It makes me feel fantastic. I mean, this is a uncompromised racing machine. Now you're gonna ask me, is that what you wanted? Yes, absolutely. Break my back, doesn't matter. It feels amazing. It communicates so well, and the way the bike feels when you're in the corners, it's buttery smooth, and the throttle feels fantastic. This is a machine that knows what it's doing. It's a machine that it just connects to me. It's an extension of me. Love this thing. It's one of my favorite motorcycles that I've ever ridden.
Kerwin here doesn't just talk the talk and ride an R1 because it's cool. He's an astonishingly skilled rider that's always learning and improving. He's by far the best rider I've ever met. He's going to work his way into MotoGP someday. On Kerwin's first track day at UMC, he went from C group all the way up to B+ group with multiple invites to join A group. The reason he turned down A group was it was his first track day, and A group is extremely competitive, elbow-to-elbow racing, and he just wasn't yet comfortable with that. Anyway, he was still by far the best and fastest rider in B+ group. He's been invited to be part of Utah's SBA, Superbike Association. As well as his own classes that he teaches, he's become an advanced instructor for Idaho Stars. With that, you can see he doesn't just ride a bike. He knows his craft well, and when he talks about how to ride, it's wise to listen. Now you know all about the current Yamaha YZF R1. Will you be getting one? If you already have one, what are your thoughts on it? I have other fun motorcycle videos as well as car stuff. If you like this, please explore my channel and give it a like and comment. Thanks for watching.
What take is this?
Take number 1,000,000. That's what it is.
Take number 69.
Yeah.